says aim's real big.
Alright everyone, it's the video a bunch of you have been asking me for, and I'm here to finally deliver. I'm going to unbox and assemble my Terrifier Art the Clown animatronic. I still can't believe I found this, and you know, just seeing the box in my house is surreal. But I went to about 16 different locations and struck out until I got to the Altoona store. And wouldn't you know, they would have one that just came in on the truck the night before and was on the sales floor, strangely, at 1 p.m. Typically, these have sold out within minutes of the store opening on their first day, and there's a wait list at a lot of stores. And, well, I was at a point where I thought I might have to resort to the black market, such as eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and pay hundreds more to get this. But no. Altoona, Pennsylvania pulled through, and the awesome employee that rang me out, he was a great person to talk to, very friendly. All the Spirit crew members I've talked to, and managers, and even the district manager I spoke to in a couple of stores, they've been really awesome people. So I'm so excited to have this. I've been trying to get it for a while, and I'm not wasting any more time. Let's get into it. For starters, we have our receipt here. This was $200 originally, but I had a 20% off coupon that worked on this, bringing it down to $159.99, and then you add tax, and it brought it up to about $170. But still, saved 30 bucks on this, roughly. So anyway, the box is quite large, and they tell you on the back what's in the box and optional things you can get for it. Like in here, you have the IR sensor activated, audio, external speaker jack included, volume control included, and you have an adapter that's included too, so you can plug it in. Now, optional things you can get would be the Try Me button, compatible. It's like what you would step on in a store, those step pads. Those are optional. You can buy those at any Spirit store. You can even get a battery pack if you don't want to plug it in. And they also have the multi-prop remote activator, which is compatible with this, also sold separately. And obviously this is ideal to keep indoors. You don't really want to put this outside as the weather can damage it. And again, it's a step pad compatible. So anyway, they have the two different ones, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just excited to have this, and well, let's get into it. For starters, we're gonna just go ahead and pull these tabs back here on the back side of the box. Maybe. Oh, I can't wait. This is the first time I'm going to see what it looks like opening this up too. And we have the Zombie Tech Squad on here if you need any help assembling this, and I got their business card as well if I have any questions or need any help, which is nice. Spirit gives you these cards when you buy an animatronic if you've never bought one before. And well, here we go. This is silly, but I wanted to do this because this is just so much fun to me. Without tearing the box. Gosh, wow. Just put that aside. Wow. There's a lot of stuff in here. This might take me a while to do, but I don't really care. They have your instruction sheet right here to help you, and they have everything boxed in here, and I see Art's head. He's headless, oh no. So, let's take this out of here anyway. Gotta be careful, because I don't want to damage anything. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is so cool. We'll just set this aside for now, because I don't want anything to happen to that. I want to be very careful setting this up, because I know at some stores their Art animatronic motor was clicking, and I'm hoping I don't have that problem with this one, so I'm just being careful. They put this extra styrofoam in here too to keep it from banging around too, so I was very careful when I bought mine to put it in the car gently. And on the back seat, got some big shoes, my man. Wowee. You know what they say about big shoes? Big socks. Anyway, so now we have all of the parts in here, the cage. These are probably like the rib cage area and such. Just trying to be careful with this. Everything is just packaged pretty tight in here. However, they package everything really carefully too. So here's one of his hands with it's the hand with the horn, the infamous horn that everybody just so loves. I do. I like it, even if it's annoying. Now, these stay on here, obviously. So we'll keep those on there. We'll put this aside. I imagine that this is meant for something too, so we're not going to get rid of any packing material just yet, just in case. Here's the motor here. This is the where you plug in your adapter. This is your speaker for your volume control, the try me button, the step pad, audio jack, and such. All your wires, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Just setting things out of the way for right now. Here's his other hand. I love it. Again, we'll just set that to the side. Then here's his outfit. And look, he came with glasses, just like it said on the box. So we both have sunflower glasses. Don't fall now. It's coming to life, and I haven't even done anything yet. Don't kill me yet. Okay, then we have more styrofoam tubing in here. Again, we might need this, so I'm not entirely sure. I've never built this one. Here's our AC adapter in there. And then we have our support poles here. And we have our base for two. Now they have them tied to the cardboard in here, so just have to undo these zip ties that they have in here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. Undo the zip ties, couple supports. Get those out of the way. Alrighty. And here is our base. Just like that. Now, I'll set this off to the side, because I'll have to put everything back in the box, because if I ever take this down and put it away, I want to put it back in the original box. I never throw away boxes to anything, including camcorders and games and stuff, so gonna keep that. Now this stuff, not too worried about, but I'll hang on to it because I don't want anything to scratch if I can help it, so just leave that to the side here. Now, I got my base set up. See what our instructions say. Instructions, right? Can't get it open. Guess I gotta get the scissors. BRB. Alright, just like that. Easy does it. Perfect. Maybe. Okay, so we have our instruction sheet here. Boy, I got a lot of plastic already for this thing. And it tells you all the parts that are in here in the first section. All the other items. The front page is basically your parts list. You want to make sure you go over everything and that you have everything. It looks like I do. This was obviously just delivered to the store when I picked it up. And just by eyeballing it, it appears I do have everything. And yes, these styrofoam tubes are definitely needed for this. So good to know. And I will need a Phillips screwdriver because I have some hardware for this. Okay, no big deal. And a sandbag. It's probably in there. Anyway, not a big deal. So for starters, it's pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory on here. Not too bad at all. Obviously, you're going to start off with our base and go from the bottom up. So we're going to start doing that here. And we'll just set that in front of me. And we're obviously going to need the longer poles here. Take the plastic off, little bubble wrap. And as tempting as it is to pop that bubble wrap, I want to save it so I can put it on the ends here so I don't scratch anything up if I ever have to put it away. So, just looking at this as it is, we want to put... Okay, so these are the same, basically. No big deal. They go like this. And there are these little tabs on here to lock them in, so that'll help keep it from moving around. There we go. It's locked in. And And you know what? Just because of the way they have it on there, we're going to turn this around as such. There we go. Now I can put the shoes on, which I figured was going to be the case. So I guess it really doesn't matter which one is which, right? There we go. This is so cool. I'm such a dork, I know. Alrighty. Now, actually, because you guys probably want to see me assemble it, at some point I am going to have to move this to the floor, because as I go up it's going to get harder to see on camera. But now that I got the shoes on, now I can put these two tubes on. These just slide right over here. There you go. Just like that. And these shoes move a little bit, but we're not too worried about that at this time. Okay, so after I get these tubes on, it's time to start getting the costume placed on here, as it says on the instructions, number 5. So with the IR sensor, part L, over lower leg pulls. Alrighty. Alright, we'll go to our costume bag now. Get the right stuff out. I love the glasses. I didn't think I would have 2 pairs of them, but I'm not complaining. Well, one's art, one's mine. So, alrighty, get that out. Losing some plastic here. Okay, here's the piece that goes, the collar that goes around his neck. I guess this is the sandbag here that they talk about. And you can put whatever you want in there as long as it's heavy so it doesn't move. Sand is what's supposed to go in here, but I'm sure you could find a couple of stones or rocks or something to put in here, or weights, even put like a dumbbell or something in here. I'm not too worried about that at this time. So, or you could even go to your local hardware store and find sand there as well. So here's his outfit. I love it. That's so cool. So what we have to do now is feed the legs over top of these poles here. So that's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, I actually decided to turn this back around so you could actually see it from the front instead of from the back or on a goofy angle like that. So we'll just go ahead. These have spandex on them too, so they help keep it together and making it look more realistic. So we'll just go ahead and slide the one pant leg over this pole as such, and then repeat with this one on the other side. And this fabric is very, very thick. It's not cheap fabric at all. It's actually of good quality. At least I feel it is. Anyway, so there we go. And we want to fluff these up a little bit, but we can do the details with that later. Anyway, right now I'm more worried about getting them set up. And at this point, as you can see, we're getting pretty high up on here. So I'm actually going to move this to the floor, and I'll relocate the camera and we'll continue. Okay, I've relocated in the room so you can see the whole animatronic as we build it up, because we're getting there. It's not much to it, as you can tell. Now that I've got Art's outfit draped on over top, we have to open it up as such. There's Velcro that holds it together. We have to open it up to expose those poles that we put on here at the beginning. If I can find it. There we go. There's one. And we have to expose the other one, maybe. There we go. Because at this point, we will now take these 2 poles and put them on, which will then hold the main motor for the animatronic. So these are both exactly the same. There's nothing different about them at all. And we'll just slide them in until they lock in place. They have that little pin that locks them in as such. There we go. Okay, now that we have those on, at this point it is now time to put the main motor on. And want to be careful because these can be fragile, and we just have to bend these in a bit to lock it in. they have those holes in there for the pins that go right in. As such, it's a little difficult at this part because you have to kind of bend them in a little bit, but it's in. Wish that pin would come out a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Now that is in there. Okay, at this point, it's time to put this piece on for the hips area. Now, the instructions aren't exactly that clear for me to tell if this goes on the front side or on the back side, but if I had to assume it goes on the back side, because I mean, everybody gotta have a butt, right? That didn't sound right. Anyway, we'll put that on there as such. Slides right into these two holes right up here. There we go. There's Art's hind end ready to go. And now I can bring the outfit all the way up as such and slide it over top of the shoulder part like that. Oh, he's already coming together now. This is awesome. Now I'm not going to Velcro the whole thing shut yet because I'm going to clearly have to plug it in and plug other parts in. So, but we have that assembled now. Connect the IR sensor from the costume, part L, to control box using the corresponding wires. Okay. I've actually turned them around now so you can see what I'm referring to. You have these wires coming out of the box here, ones that go to the motor and the one that goes to his outfit, to his costume. And that's the infrared sensor, the motion sensor basically. And there's this pigtail, a female end, and you got the male end attached to the front of the costume. We'll just plug that in as such. Just snaps right in. Done. Okay, I've since adjusted the camera a little bit more since Art's getting taller than me at this point. And the instructions now call for me to put his right arm on. That's the one with the horn here. Too bad it's not a real horn. That would be cool if it was. But anyway, I need to get that for my costume, as a matter of fact. I need to find a horn to do the full effect because at Bowling League, I'm going to be blowing that thing when people get strikes or splits or gutter balls, including myself. So these sleeves have that elastic on them too to keep them nice and tight and neat at the end. Just work this through as such. It's a little bit tricky because of that 90-degree angle, but fortunately this fabric is quite thick and durable, so it does hold its own for sure. Still don't want to rip it though, but there we go. Put it right over his glove as such, and then we have to feed the end of it through his outfit there, just as such. There we go. And we have to, they have these two little sleeves here up on top that these prongs have to slide into, so trying to do that is going to be a little tricky, not necessarily. There we go. Who said that was tricky? Got a horn right in my face. Play with the sleeve a little bit. It's looking good now. Coming along. And now for the other side, we repeat the process. Got that elastic on here. We'll get his other arm in. Now this is the one with a motor because obviously his hand turns, so we want to be very careful not to damage this because these are fragile, I would say. And we have the wire that'll plug into the main motor there. And I'll show you that once we get to that point. But for now, let's feed this through the sleeve. I chose to do it this way so you can see how I was doing it since I was standing behind Art the last time. No need to high-five my head. Not too bad, but again, just be careful. I don't want to drop this. You don't want to grab onto the motor. Don't do that because that could break it. You want to grab it by the styrofoam and just carefully feed it through. Take your time. You're not in any hurry to do this. Just gently do this because I paid a lot of money. I don't want to damage it. And then I got to pull his costume down again because just like on the other side, we'll have a couple of prongs that go into a couple of sleeves here on the main frame right here. And we'll slide those in as such. Pull this down a little bit, get that wire out. You don't want that wire to be tight because you don't want to rip it. So just be careful with that. Just get that out of the way for now. Let's go ahead and get this on. If you have to adjust the styrofoam, go ahead a little bit. Notice I'm not grabbing it by the motor, I'm grabbing it by the elbow there. There, and it slides right in. Okay? Then his outfit just goes right back over top as such. Then at this point, we will have to plug in that wire. They don't even have it in the instructions. Yeah, they don't even show it in the instructions, but obviously you know what to do. So we'll turn them around again. We have the wire, we have the female end here attached to the main box, and then the one coming from that arm, we'll just snap that in. There we go. And we're almost there at this point now. I don't need to button that up yet because I have to attach something. I'm coming up to the point where I have to put the screw in. Okay, now that we've got that arm plugged in, now it's time to put Art's head on. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is the point where we will put the screw in too, because this will keep his head from turning too. There's a little tiny hole here in the base where it slides in. I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but there's a tiny little hole here where the screw will go, and it'll go right through the front here. So let's just go ahead and do that. We'll loosen this up a little bit. Don't want to drop his head. Don't want to give you a headache, bud. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool already. It's hard to believe I got one. So once I do that, you gotta line it up. Don't want to force it either, because if you force it, that's what breaks the motor. All right, now that we have his head in place, now it's time to put the screw in, as the instructions call. It's going to be in this box here, I imagine, with the AC adapter. I've already gone and cut the tape on it to make it easier to open. Yep, and there's our AC adapter and our tiny, tiny little screw for that. You want to be careful so you don't drop this. It's very small. And we have a screwdriver over here, and then it goes right up. There's this little hole right here in the top of the neck. It'll go right into the motor there. Just want to be careful. You don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on it. It should just go in, and if you have to, slide the head back out and make the hole a little bit bigger in there to get the screw to go in. I've read where people have had to do that, so no big deal. Just like that. The screw is in, head is on. He's looking more realistic as we speak. I'll go ahead and take this out now, as a matter of fact. Might as well. And I imagine at this point, it's about putting his collar on. Yep, and then we could put the sunglasses on, and then, yeah, plug in the adapter and adjust the volume. Awesome, we both got glasses now. I'm actually going to go and put the adapter in now so I can Velcro the back of his costume shut. Might as well do it now. Untangle this wire as I trip over cat toys. And of course I tangle it up. Fancy that. There we go. Try and stretch it out a little bit. Alright. And I guess there's no real particular way to do it. I guess you could run it through his pant leg. It doesn't necessarily say. Or you could just have it come out the back of his costume. Either way you want to do it, I'm sure that's fine. I feel like if I trace it up his pant leg, that would be good because it hides it more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because the wire is plenty long enough for it. Now the tricky part will be getting to it. Gotta probably have to undo his costume a little bit, or we could raise up this pant leg up some, or just play it safe and have it come out of the back of his costume. We'll try this first, see if this works. If I can get my hand down in there. It's easier said than done. Just want to be careful not to pinch anything or that motor. There we go, got it. Right into the back as such. And now we'll lower down his pant leg again. There we go. Just like that. And then I've already turned the volume down on him too, because I have neighbors and I'm sure they wouldn't be too pleased to hear him blowing that horn like crazy. Just like that. Now his costume is all buttoned up. Just like that. Velcro the last part up. Look at that, he's coming along now. Oh, don't mean to kick you, bud, don't kill me. There we go. If I can get it right. There we go. That is awesome. Get the pant legs all straightened out. Looking a little thin in the skin there, bud. Need to eat like me. Just don't eat me. Now for the collar. Put this on as such. It's a little tight. Oh, that's why. It was on his chin. There we go. Look at that. Oh, is that cool? Is that cool or what? Now it's time to put his glasses on. Clean up our mess. So I'm kicking you again. This is awesome. Poke him in the eye with the glasses there. And voila, we got him assembled. Now to try it. So now I need to plug him in. I have an outlet right over here somewhere. Gotta find it. I think an extension cord will be my best friend right now. All right, the moment I've been waiting for. I plugged them in. I'm trying not to make the sensor go off. Let's see how he works. That's awesome. He works perfectly. And one thing I was I went over the instructions one more time before I plugged him in was, oh gosh, his costume. It's not supposed to be around his neck. It's supposed to be underneath of it with the cowl. Only the collar goes around his neck. So I'm glad I did that before I tried to start it and possibly damage it. So as you can see, he works, and he works perfectly great. I turned the volume down too, because I don't want to make my neighbors mad. Look at that! That's so cool. Alright everyone, well I hope you enjoyed this video of me assembling Art. That was a lot of fun. What do you say? Well, he doesn't say much, so. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really happy I was able to do this unboxing and assembly video for y'all to enjoy. And heck, I'm just happy to have my Art the Clown animatronic up and ready to go now. I got him here in the bedroom for right now until I can find a more permanent place to put him. But anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll turn him around to have him look out the window so when people come by, they'll see him there. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care and stay awesome, and enjoy the picture here of me wearing my Art costume next to Art the Clown himself. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.